Hello, my name is Grace Van Horn, and I chose to volunteer at the Second Harvest Food Bank here in Muncie. I volunteered a total of 3 times and was able to complete a variety of tasks. My cause selection and pre-reflection. I chose to volunteer at the Second Harvest Food Bank. I chose this organization because I know how important it is to the Muncie community. With this, I have volunteered here before, and it has been a welcoming environment with genuine intentions. This project is meaningful to me because I have seen what it can do for the community surrounding it because no one has to worry about not having a meal on their table every night. I have seen the effects of income on those throughout the city, and something like this not only brings them together, but also gives a huge amount of relief to those who are struggling. I had previously participated in a small food bank in Muncie that was shut down due to a lack of funds. I would never want this to happen again, so advertising for Second Harvest, as well as taking a part in it myself, allows for more of an opportunity for the organization to succeed and flourish. Initially, I have a few simple goals coming into this project, and those include getting more involved in the community, making new connections, and helping those in my city who need it the most. I expect to meet other people and learn about their experiences, both with employees at the food bank as well as those who come through it. I hope to gain a new perspective from this experience and to open my eyes even more than I have to the community around me. I want to not only make a difference, but be an advocate for others as well. I hope to gain a knowledge on what else I can do to better my community and stay up to date on important events and functions to help those in need. My service engagement hours. Day 1, we spent time shucking and bagging corn. Day 2, packaging food and separating it into boxes. Day 3, we also did this, and then we also separated and bagged potatoes. For more details, day 1, I would say that this was the most challenging out of the 3 that we served. We spent the whole 3 hours on one task, and the food bank received many loads of corn that needed to be shucked and bagged. This was a bit of a tedious task because we had to decipher if the corn was worth saving or not. This kind of made me take a step back and think of not only all the things that we waste on a day-to-day basis, but also that some people are willing to take that food. Any food that comes into the bank serves a purpose and makes an impact on a person's life. Although a box may be beaten up, the food will help someone more than we may realize. This task was not difficult by any means, but it's something that takes time and can be a bit repetitive. Either way, it did feel great to see all that we accomplished on that day. Day 2, we packaged, separated, and shipped food. This kind of meant that we packaged it into a box and then we would ship it out to people in the community. This was probably my favorite day of volunteering because we were able to get a lot done in a little amount of time. As a group with other Ball State students, we packaged over 100 boxes and it all had different food inside. Each box consisted of different ingredients and food groups from pastries to meats. This was nice because we were able to give families all full food groups and meals, and they were able to survive off of that. We did everything possible to make each box fair so we knew each family was getting a full and nutritious meal. Finally, on day 3, we also packaged and shipped food out again, and we also separated potatoes. We spent the first half of our time doing the packaging and shipping, and this was an assembly of leftover items that were still good for families to take. It was neat to see how the food bank used every last bit of food that came in their way. We spent the rest of our time separating potatoes and bagging them. This was the most dirty thing that we did for sure, and a lot of the potatoes were bad and spoiled. This meant that they were extremely smelly and kind of soft. The potatoes were covered in dirt and mud, and digging through them was quite the task, but either way we were able to get a lot accomplished. My reflections. One of my favorite parts about this experience was how welcoming and friendly the staff was at the Second Harvest Food Bank. The woman in charge, named Tina, was not only friendly but made you feel comfortable the second you stepped through the door. She immediately gave us a tour of the facility and showed its purpose in the community. With this, the workers did what they were supposed to without complaining, even if the task was tedious. Another important thing that I took away from this experience is that other Ball State students were serving here as well. It was refreshing to see our school being involved and making an impact on another organization. Although the organization was professional, they made it incredibly personable and special to each person. I will not say that I faced any issues with volunteering, besides the fact that I went in with a timid attitude. I assumed that it would be a very serious environment, when in reality it was fun and I got to take part in something and make a difference. I grew from this experience and the fact that I just need to go into things with an open mind, and even though I was nervous, it was worth it in the end. I also would not say that there were specific skills required for this activity besides having an open mind, as well as it being important to learn portions and quality. For example, dividing food equally amongst a large group of people is the most fair and giving them the most equal opportunities. It was important to be considerate of those food choices. Next, I was able to truly understand the emotional aspect of public health because I was able to put myself in others' shoes more than ever before. You truly had to be sympathetic, and it was impossible not to be. This experience has allowed me to pay attention to waste with my own food as well as being considerate of the food at the food bank, not letting it go to waste either. I think that the whole organization showed emotional health due to the fact that they spend every day giving their time to others. I absolutely would love to get involved in other organizations throughout the community. This one was eye-opening, interactive, and incredibly inclusive. I had so much fun volunteering and getting involved while still making a difference. If I was given the chance again, I would absolutely love to give my time to the Second Harvest Food Bank. If I had to do this experience over, I would most likely pick this group again, not only because I feel comfortable, but also because I know what they are doing is good and honest work, and it's making a difference in our community. Overall, my service experience was so much better than I expected. Getting involved was refreshing as well as a positive experience. This opportunity allowed me to learn about Muncie through the food bank as well as through Ball State. I was able to do this through meeting other students, learning their experiences, and learning about other groups at Ball State that wanted to get involved too. I find it very important for community service to be a part of our daily life, to learn the importance of helping others, as well as the fact that not everything is as easy for everyone as it may seem. Seeing the amount of food that was donated to the bank was refreshing in the fact that everyone wants to be involved and make that difference too. Organizations and companies across the country and state work together and work hard to make that difference by donating and helping smaller organizations like Second Harvest. They are a big key to the function of Second Harvest and food banks all across the country. After volunteering, I have spent much time advocating for the food bank as well as recommending it to other students who need to volunteer. I hope that the food bank continues to flourish, and I think that all students can play a huge part in that. I would like to continue to be involved in this organization as well as find ways to donate to the organization as if it is through funds or through food itself. I am so glad and lucky I was able to do this, and I think this is just the start to my community involvement.